MontanaSports.com. This is MTN Sports Extra.
Greetings, sports fans, and welcome to another edition of Saturday Night Sports Extra presented by the Montana Television Network. My name is Tom Wiley. Thanks for joining us. Well, a league title and an automatic playoff berth are on the line in Northern California this week. Number 2 Montana State and number 4 UC Davis, they're both perfect in conference play, so the winner of today's game locks up a Big Sky title. MTN's Grace Lawrence has your highlights from the biggest game of the week.
MTN Sports' Grace Florence here in Davis, California for a primetime showdown between two of the Big Sky's best. Number 2 Montana State, number 4 UC Davis, at least a share of the Big Sky title and an auto bid to the FCS playoffs, all on the line tonight. Davis strikes first. Miles Hastings with a play fake throws to a wide open Ian Simpson for the touchdown. Aggies for 2 and go up 8-0. Later in the first, Montana State quarterback Tommy Malott spins away from the pressure, rolls to his left and throws to Rohan Jones behind the defense. The tight end all by himself and into the end zone. Davis leads 8-7. Moments later, Hastings back to pass. The ball is tipped and Montana State's Drew Polidor comes down with the interception. Cats back in business and they capitalize. Malott back to pass, lofts it to the back of the end zone, and he has an open Ty McCullough. 14-8 Bobcats in the second quarter. Still in the second, Davis punts to Taco Daller. He makes one guy miss, slips a couple tackles, and he has daylight. Only one guy to beat, and the punter doesn't have the angle. Daller takes it back to the house for a touchdown. PAT was no good, so Montana State's lead is 28. The Bobcat defense was sensational in this one. Hastings under all kinds of pressure, and Zach Cruz eventually forces the fumble, and Neil Daly is there for the recovery. That led to a Montana State field goal. Cats defense making plays again. Hastings tries to avoid the pressure, but there's nowhere to go, and Kenneth Iden gets the sack. Cats lead 23-8 at half. Early third quarter now, Montana State gets its run game going. Julius Davis takes the handoff, and he's in for another touchdown to make it 38. Cats win, clinch at least a share of the Big Sky title and an auto bid to the FCS playoffs. In Davis, Grace Lawrence, MTN Sports.
Meanwhile, after last week's loss to UC Davis, the Montana Grizzlies will not repeat as Big Sky champions, but they're still very much alive for a top 10 seed in the playoffs. On Saturday afternoon, Montana closed out its home slate against Portland State. Here's MTN's Derek Joseph from Washington Grizzly Stadium.
Hey everyone, Derek Joseph here at Washington Grizzly Stadium, where the Portland State Vikings took on the Montana Grizzlies. It's the final home game of the season and senior night for the Grizz, so let's take a look at how this late season matchup went down. With only one field goal to tally the scoring in the first half, it was the second half where most of the offense was played and both teams came alive. In the first drive of the second half, Logan Fife comes in for an injured Ayat and hits Aaron Fonts right at the 1-yard line to set up the QB sneak for the first touchdown of the game. On the Vikings' ensuing drive, it's Quincy Craig who runs it in from 13 yards out to put them ahead once again. But that didn't last long when the Grizz answered back with this 81-yard catch and run by Sawyer Racanelli that he took all the way to the house to give the Grizz back the lead. That was answered by a 3-yard touchdown run by Dylan Thompson, but in the end, it was a touchdown reception by Eric Barker to get the lead back. Then off a fumble recovery, Aaron Fonts scores a 35-yard touchdown to give the Grizz a 2-score lead for the first time in the game. On the Vikings' next drive in the red zone, Jace Klusewicz comes out of nowhere to intercept the pass from Sachere and gave the Grizz great field position. But that drive stalled out because shortly after, the power went out in the stadium, causing a delay in the game. But when play resumed, the defense came up big with another interception, this time by Tyson Rostad, which allowed the Grizz to find light in the darkness and run out the clock to a 28-17 victory. Reporting in Missoula, I'm Derek Joseph, MTN Sports.
MTN's Luke Shelton out here at Bob Green Field as number 8 Montana Tech hosts number 23 Carroll College. And the stakes for both teams are pretty clear. If the Orediggers win, they in all likelihood receive a first-round bye and host a second-round game. Meanwhile, for the Saints, this is a must-win game to keep their postseason hopes alive. Let's get to those highlights. Carroll on offense first, and check this out. Garrett Stone absolutely clotheslined by Peyton Gonzer, but somehow holds on and makes the catch. And that leads to this. Jack Perka to Chris Akolshin for a 3-yard score, and the Saints make the most of their first drive. Now Tech up, and quarterback Blake Phelan under duress floats it up, and it's Cameron Pruitt coming down with the interception for Carroll. But now 3rd down, and the Orediggers swarm Perka and force the Saints to punt. And Tech capitalizes. Thielen, plenty of time, sends it downfield, and it's Wyatt Alexander there for the 43-yard score, and the Orediggers tie this game up. Saints' next drive ends in a pick, and now Tech facing 4th and short. And in that situation, put your trust in Lander Smith. And then 2 plays later, Smith over the goal line, and Tech's relentless running back gives his team the lead. Then Carroll goes 3 and out, and how about an encore performance as Smith racks up his 2nd touchdown of the first half, and the Orediggers make it a 21-7 lead. On to the 4th quarter, Orediggers still up by 2 scores, and Smith churning out first downs as the Orediggers bleed the clock. And guess how this drive ends? You guessed it, another Smith touchdown, his 4th of the game, and the Orediggers rout the Saints 42-14. That runaway win should give Montana Tech a first-round bye in the upcoming postseason. And elsewhere around the league, MSU Northern avoided going winless this season with a victory over Rocky Mountain College, and Montana Western held off Eastern Oregon, and the Bulldogs are back-to-back Frontier Conference champions. In Butte, Luke Shelton, MTN Sports.
Still to come, state semifinals Saturday at the high school level. Find out which teams will compete for a state championship next weekend. That's when Sports Extra continues.
Welcome back to MTN Sports Extra, powered by MontanaSports.com.
Lewistown and Havre knocked off top Western seeds Dillon and Frenchtown respectively last week, making it an all-Eastern Conference affair in the Class A semifinals. But can anyone stop unbeaten Billings Central? Here's MTN's Scott Breen with highlights.
On a sunny Saturday afternoon, Billings Central with a chance to check 2 more boxes on the football resume. 1, keep a perfect season alive, and 2, punch a ticket to next week's title game. First quarter, Rams already up 6-0. Following a long Vinny Souza run, Jack DeBorg punches in from 4 yards out, 13-0 Rams after 1. Lewistown digs into the bag of tricks, reverse handoff, but watch Souza hit and wrap him up for a loss and forces a punt. Will Snell fields it, hits the accelerator, picks up some blocks, breaks a couple tackles, and he houses it 65 yards for Central and a 20-0 lead. Lewistown does not back down. Check out this pass on the money. McKay Shobe to Madden Norsleen. Eagles within 20-7 at halftime. Third quarter, Rams chew up a bunch of clock. Howie Martin finishes the drive with the quarterback keeper. Billings Central stays perfect on the season. Rams will host next week's State A championship. Scott Breen, MTN Sports.
Hello, everybody. Casey Conlon out in Laurel for another Class A semifinal between the Locomotives and Havre Blue Ponies. These two played a very close game in the regular season up in Havre that Havre won. Would history repeat itself today?
Havre coming off that big win over West top seed Frenchtown last week, and they carry the momentum over early. Tate Nelson hard running into the end zone for a 20-7 Havre lead in the second quarter. But 2 plays later, Laurel with a nice play design, the screen to Curtis Fox. Lots of blockers, finds the sideline, goes 43 yards to the house. Big play right before the half to make it 20-14. Then first possession of the third. Laurel QB Crew Hunter keeps it, dives over the goal line. Locos take the 21-20 lead. Back comes Havre. The jet sweep to Coulter Solomon. He gets the edge around the left side, down to the 1. They'd score a play later to retake the lead, 28-21. Back comes Laurel. Late third, Fox this time takes the Wildcat snap, powers his way in. We're all tied up at 28. We go to the fourth. Laurel keeps their foot on the gas. Fox the handoff, big hole up the middle, 20 yards to Pater. That's your game winner. Laurel wins it 35-28 to punch a ticket to next week's state championship. Casey Conlon for MTN Sports.
Will Charlton here in Malta for a Class B semifinal clash between the 3-time defending state champion Florence Falcons and the home unbeaten Malta Mustangs. Let's see who earns the right to compete for a title.
A defensive battle early on made it seem like this was going to be a slugfest. Blaine Downing and Leighton Erickson on the combo sack, forcing the Falcons' first drive to stall out. Defense was so good and nearly led to the first point scored as Downing gets another sack, but Mason Arlington down at the 2-yard line. Next play, and it is a safety. Downing yet again, and he was the early game MVP for the Mustangs. Ensuing play after the free kick, and the Mustangs start stampeding. Oxart looks deep, and it's Dawson Hammond who is past the defenders with nothing but green grass in front of him. Next, Florence drive. Whoa, that ball is way over Arlington's head, and guess who's on top of it? Blaine Downing. He is then thanked for that fumble recovery as Downing rumbling his way toward the end zone. He gets through a defender. He earns that touchdown. Falcons then looking to answer down 16-zip, but Arlington throws it to the wrong team, and things just kept getting worse for Florence. Oxart scrambling around looking to make something happen, and oh my goodness, how did he do that? A ridiculous flip pass to Hammond. And how about another sack for the Mustangs? The 30-point outburst in the second quarter, capped off by this 50-50 high-point touchdown catch by Mason Simonton, allowed Malta to rush past the Falcons 37-0. Malta will host Manhattan next weekend, as the Tigers got past Red Lodge today as well, 34-7. This sets up a battle of the unbeatens for the Class B crown. In Malta, Will Charlton, MTN Sports.
Still to come, small schools, big dreams. We'll check in on the 8-man and 6-man semifinal brackets. That's next on Sports Extra.
Welcome back to MTN Sports Extra, powered by MontanaSports.com.
In the 8-man ranks, undefeated Belt and Fairview trying to set up a rematch of last year's state title game. But could they get past their semifinal opponents at home? Here's MTN's Johnny Walker from Belt.
Well, folks, we got a beautiful sunny day for some 8-man state semifinals action as Belt hosts Flint Creek. Here's Belt QB Declan Bergstrom faking the pitch and keeping the ball on the option play down deep into enemy territory. Couple plays later, and it's Bergstrom letting it fly this time to big number 84 Walker Mackey. Tutty. Huskies seemingly get the ball right back, and this time it's a direct snap to Slater Lords, who races to the edge. Huskies lead 22-0. Titans looking to just get anything going here, and they cough it up. Belt takes back over in scoring position. And score they would. Running back Blake Waldner takes the pitch and waltzes into the end zone untouched. 30-0 Huskies. And oh yeah, by the way, we're still in the first quarter. Huskies just kept piling it on. And take a look here at Tucker LaPlante breaking tackles, sticking his foot in the ground, and bang! Gone down the sideline. You watched Belt QB Declan Bergstrom throw a touchdown earlier. Now how about the 6'1 senior making plays on the other side of the ball? Belt dominates from start to finish and advances to the 8-man state championship game. And for all of our high school football coverage, make sure you're keeping up with us over at MontanaSports.com. Reporting in Belt, Johnny Walker, MTN Sports.
Tom Wiley here in Box Elder, Montana, where the undefeated Bears are just one win away from their second ever trip to the 6-man state championship game. But standing in their way are the Hot Springs Savage Heat. They dealt with some injuries and losses earlier in the season, but they are rolling in the semifinals. And this game was an absolute shootout. First quarter, Tuari stiff arm Rosette drops back, fires to the end zone, bounces off the intended target, but Drayden Anderson makes the heads-up play for the touchdown. Make it 6-0 Box Elder. How about 12-0 now? Hot Springs getting on the board. Nick McAllister chased out of the pocket. He'll hit Ben Aldridge for the score. That cuts into the Bears' lead. This game was punch, counter punch. Stiff arm Rosette with a moon ball, and again finds Anderson in the back of the end zone. Box Elder up 31-26 in the second quarter, but the Savage Heat would respond. McAllister to Aldridge. Once again, he mosses his defender. The touchdown just before half gives Hot Springs a 34-31 lead at the break. Let's jump to the fourth quarter. Back and forth we go. Just 2 minutes left. Stiff arm Rosette is slinging it, and it's Anderson behind the defense. How about a 55-yard touchdown to put Box Elder up 57-54? Last chance for Hot Springs on fourth down, but freshman Kenny Helgeson comes down with the interception, and that would ice the game, and Box Elder wins 57-54. They'll face Bridger in the 6-man state title game next week after the Scouts knocked off defending champion Centerville 82-74 in the other semifinal. Tom Wiley, MT.
Welcome back to MTN Sports Extra, powered by MontanaSports.com.
Well, 32 volleyball teams converged on Bozeman this week for 3 days and close to 60 matches of competition, but it culminated on Saturday afternoon with 4 new champions. MTN's Alec Boffinger shows us which teams are taking home state hardware.
Good evening, folks. Alec Boffinger here inside the Brick, where it's Championship Saturday, the All-Class State Volleyball Tournaments. So we prepare to hand out some fall sports hardware. Central and Frenchtown, and this thing went 2 championship matches. Frenchtown looking to upend the East top seed. Blake Hardy there to turn back this Ram attack. Bronx giving Central some real problems. Ryan Lucier drops this one in for the kill, but Central absolutely dominated the 5th set in the second title match. Ryan Hadley straight down the line, and then Cassidy Schaefer hammers it down on championship point. The Rams claim their 4th title in 5 years.
I mean, coming in as the #1 seed, you have high expectations. We have high expectations for ourselves because we want to succeed. So definitely losing that first one, it just kind of lit a little fire and just made us really work for it.
Circle and Gardner eyeing a return to the mountaintop in Class C, and things clicking early on for the Bruins. Ellie Reinertson finds the hole in the Circle defense. Wildcats had an answer all afternoon, though. 8th grader Kate Nasner right through Reinertson's block attempt. But Reinertson doing all she can to keep Gardner in this thing. Big time hammer here, but Circle now a championship point, and it's Madison Moline as she finds the corner, and the Wildcats unbeaten, claiming their first title since 2015.
We don't know what losing feels like this year, so I think that the shock of winning that was probably a little more, they just didn't know how to react, because I really don't know if they thought we could do it, but we did it. We kept that perfect record, so yeah, it was amazing.
Florence taking on 3-time defending state champ Huntley Project, and the Falcons came to play this afternoon. Elise Schneider slams this one down. Florence needs to force a second championship with the Red Devils, and they're looking good. Ava Philbrick the kill. Florence leads it 2-0, but never count the Project out. Sarah Windy Boy playing a big part for the Red Devils tonight. Sophomore with a pair of kills. Project forces a 5th set. Now championship point and the Red Devils go to Santa Windy Boy, and that makes it a 4-peat for Project and number 16 overall.
I told them in the locker room we had 3 days to get better, and I made a promise to myself to watch film. I pulled out the Art of Coaching handbook. I got online. I actually Googled how to dig a volleyball just to see what I was missing. We come in Monday and went all out, and I knew it was going to be a tough state tournament.
Gallatin and Bozeman meeting once again, this time for the State AA title, and what a phenomenal performance by these two squads. This is Bozeman's Morgan Jones with the kill, and we're deep in the 5th set, and Jones again punches one to the floor. We get a second title tilt, and in that, Bozeman leading 2-1, but this is Cadence Lundgren delivering a missile, and we'd go 5. Gallatin dominant in that final set. Lundgren once again showing why she was one of the state's most coveted recruits. And then on championship point, the Hawks airmail it, and the Raptors claim the program's first state volleyball title.
I think we kind of had talked about just that extra mental piece with this group of believing and really competing and wanting it really, really bad. I think that really helped push us in that 4th and 5th set to really kind of overcome and kind of settle in and kind of gain that belief back. And, at the end of the day, too, we just made some really big plays when we needed to.
And there you have it, our state champions have been crowned. For all of your coverage from state volleyball this weekend, you can find it online at montanasports.com. In Bozeman, Alec Boffinger, MTN Sports.
Well, that will wrap up this edition of Saturday Night Sports Extra. But remember, the conversation always continues at montanasports.com. That's where you'll find a full recap of state volleyball, Saturday's Big Sky games, and updated brackets for each class of high school football. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week.